Good morning. Welcome. Do you know the name of that song? Here Comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. And here I am. It's good to see you. We've returned from our journey around the world, the reindeer, and we have all of their bells that they wear. Yes, all of the bells returned. It's about 10 o'clock here at the North Pole. I'm so glad you could join us. Welcome to Santa's studio. The reindeer are in the forest. They're relaxing and enjoying themselves. Christmas was yesterday, and it was 2 nights ago that we traveled around the world on Christmas Eve. It was a long, long journey. It was exciting. Some of you have written to Santa and said, "Do you get cold up there in the sleigh, Santa?" Actually, I'll let you know a secret. In the sleigh, there's a special button I can push, and it turns on a roof that covers the sleigh so that I'm not freezing cold. Of course, some of you longtime watchers know that Santa wears his special boots, and those keep me warm in my long journey. Mrs. Claus was not happy with me when I returned. Here's another secret. She has me step on the scale before I get into the sleigh to see what my weight is. And then she has me step on the scale when I return back to the North Pole. She wants to know how many pounds I gained as I ate all of your cookies, and wow, were they wonderful. So many cookies. Thank you for that. They were delicious. Cookies from around the world. All kinds of cookies. I think the favorite that I received on my journey was chocolate chip. Milk? Maybe that's why the beard is even whiter now, because of the milk. Is there still milk on my beard? I don't know. The reindeer really want to thank you for providing them with apples and carrots. Many of you had written to Santa this last season and the season before asking, what do the reindeer eat? And you all guessed carrots and apples, and they sure like that. They enjoyed their journey. I must say, we ran just a little bit late because there seemed to be so much snow and fog around the world this year. In many places, the snow made it so very beautiful. The other thing that made it beautiful, Santa noticed this year, unlike other years, that around the world, there seemed to be more Christmas decorations and Christmas lights. It brightened our journey. It made us happier to see so many wonderful Christmas lights. Can Santa ask you a favor? Think about keeping your Christmas lights up. As we get done with this terrible pandemic that we've been facing around the world, we need some extra good cheer, don't we? Children are stuck in their homes, not able to go to school. They have to learn by distance, using their computers. They're not able to visit with their classmates and their friends the way they used to. But now that the scientists around the world are providing us with a vaccine, just like we have to take shots and a pill to be able to go to school when we first start kindergarten, we should be taking this vaccine as well. It will help us get better and better and better. So that Christmas in a year will look different than this Christmas has. We will once again be able to visit in person. You'll be able to come up and hug Santa. You'll be able to sit on Santa's knee. We'll be able to share stories and visit like we used to do in person. And that will be a glorious, glorious time for us. Many of you who have followed Santa through all of these episodes know that he has told you so many Santa tales, not only about children, but about older people as well. You know the stories. Old people who have come to take a picture with Santa since the last one they took was on their first date when they were 16. Or the elderly lady who was in her 90s who came with her family of about 12 people and wanted to visit with Santa for the very first time. Oh, we had a wonderful visit. You may remember she asked if Santa would bring her a boyfriend. We had a good chuckle, and I helped her to understand that boyfriends are usually just trouble. And she said, "Okay, Santa." She came back the next year, but on the FaceTime, on the computer. She had been sick at home. We've usually this year had to visit in different ways. Just as you can see me here, Santa has been doing a lot of visits with people on the computer, using the phone, using Zoom, something Santa never knew about, using FaceTime, chatting together. In fact, a couple nights ago, I got to visit with a huge family before I got into my sleigh to travel around the world. This family popped up all over my screen here as we had a nice visit. There must have been about 15 children. The youngest was 6. And we went up to the eldest being 22. And then we had the grown-ups there as well. And we were able to chat back and forth. But it's just not quite the same as being able to see you in person. Santa loves you, you know that. And he loves visiting with you as well, in person. Oh, the children who come up and just run into Santa's arms and sometimes don't even say a word. They just want to hug Santa. And we do. So in 2021, in 1 year exactly, I am so very hopeful that we will be able to visit again in person. And Santa will be able to make many more appearances all around the world in person. To learn more about you, to hear more about your stories and how your life is going. So as we get our vaccines and we take our shots and we start to come out of this terrible disease of the pandemic, 2021 will look better and better and better. We will start getting healthier and stay healthier as the people around the world realize that this is what we need to do to continue to live. Now, I know that this Christmas that we just finished yesterday was different, wasn't it? We weren't supposed to gather with our large family gatherings and our gatherings of friends the way we normally have year after year. We were supposed to kind of stay quiet and in our own homes with our own parents and our siblings to stop the spread of this terrible pandemic as the vaccine becomes greater and greater and helps us get healthier and healthier. And so this Christmas was different. We didn't have the gatherings, but here's the wonderful thing. We did that so that our loved ones and our families and our friends will continue to stay alive so that next Christmas in 2021, we will be able to once again gather in the glorious joy and happiness that is Christmas. Playing and laughing and dining together. Oh, we can count the days down, can't we? A lot of people do this. 364 days until Christmas. Continue to do your countdown until we can once again be together in the special way and have our normal, wonderful time together with our family and our friends, being able to travel without problems. I'm excited about that possibility already. I have really missed seeing all of you in person. You all did a wonderful job. As I traveled the world, yes, you were asleep, and I came to visit. And those who didn't have a chimney, I used my magic key to get into your home and deliver gifts to you. I hope your Christmas this year, though different and maybe quieter, I hope your Christmas was healthy. We're sad for those who have lost loved ones. We're sad for those who we weren't able to gather with. but we look forward to a new day every day as we get better and better around the world, so that come together in 364 days will be a great joy, and we'll be able to rejoice once again. So that's why we take our vaccine. That's why we wear. Do any of you wear this? We wear our masks to prevent the spread of germs. And doing those things, we will get back to having a fantastic Christmas, better than ever, in 2021. I hope you will join Santa in looking forward to that. Well, this is the day after Christmas, isn't it? I have to tell you, I had to install an extra engine in the sleigh. When we loaded the sleigh, we discovered that it was overweight. I hadn't had my cookies yet, so it wasn't Santa's big belly. And so we added an extra engine. Did I tell you we got a little bit lost because of the snow and the fog? Rudolph's red nose guided us well, but sometimes we got lost. And for those who have followed me, you know that my big long scepter, I think it's here somewhere. Is that it? There it is. See it behind me right there? At the very top. Those who have watched the old episodes know that Rudolph is on each side of that scepter with his red nose. And when Rudolph gets lost, I can shake that scepter and get us back on the right path to being able to visit with all of you around the world. So I hope your Christmas yesterday was healthy and that you were happy. I have to say though, someone wrote in, Santa, can I return the present you got me? No, you cannot. Our workshop, our workshop does not take returns, boys and girls, and grown-ups too. No, we don't take returns. Perhaps this is an idea that you can pass that gift on, if you don't want it, to a friend or a neighbor. It seems as though I saw lots of baked goods this year. Not only your cookies, but I saw kitchens filled with baked goods, wrapped up as if they're going to give them to friends and neighbors close by. I think the aromas of the wonderful baked goods made Santa gain some weight in addition to all of your wonderful cookies. This episode will conclude or bring to an end Santa's second season of appearing to you on the laptop or the computer or on your cell phone. I would invite you, if you want to visit with Santa again and see me again, hear my voice, see this ugly old face, enjoy my studio here. It's been a while, hasn't it? Here, let me Let me reach out and see. I've let the reindeer go up into the sky. See the North Pole sign? Santa loves being in the forest. There I am over in the corner. Do you know that one of the elves made that for Santa? That's Santa's picture right there on that big blanket. There's Santa's big Christmas tree. Do you see? There's Santa back there on the wall. Do you see? Santa's baby Christmas tree. I love my lamp. Do you see that? Wonderful. I don't think I've given you that tour since we first began a year ago. But I wanted you to perhaps remember that this is where Santa sits with you so he can visit with you. And as I leave and stop these broadcasts for a short time, you can still visit with Santa. Do you know that there are about 20 different episodes of our visits that you can go back and watch? And you can go back and watch Santa read stories to you as well on Santa's YouTube channel, Santa Jeff Claus. Santa Jeff, Jeff, Claus, Santa Claus, Claus. You can go on to my YouTube channel any time of the day or night, any time of the year. And you can visit once again with Santa. In fact, when you watch those videos, you can even type a message to Santa, and I will answer your message. Even if it's just to say, "Hello, Santa. I'm thinking of you, and I'm looking forward to being together in 2021. So today is our final episode for season 2. But you can go back and watch earlier episodes with Santa and Santa's story reading. I will return to broadcasting at a later date. It will definitely be before Christmas 2021. If you recall, I first started these broadcasts, I think it was maybe April or May of this last year. And then I took some time off as I went around the world incognito. Do you remember that word we learned in season 1? It means in disguise. To check on my naughty and my nice list. And I'll be doing that again. As soon as we're done with this broadcast, Santa will be checking with his elves to make sure they're okay. I'm going to be giving them some time off. Oh, they have worked for many, many, many months to make presents, so many millions of presents that they deserve to have a vacation. I'm going to let the elves stay here at the North Pole if they want. But I'm also going to allow them to travel wherever they want in the world, to have a little time to relax and play and see other things besides the North Pole. They are such good people, and they help Santa so very much. So I will be going incognito, journeying around the world as my elves also travel and see what's going on out there in the world. They might be incognito as well. So, today's birthdays. Amber is 8 years old. Hello, Amber. Brenda is 9. Hello, Brenda. Happy birthday to you. Malia is 12 years old. Raina is 13. Charlie is 6. And Marty is 7. Happy birthday to all of you. And so I want to thank all of the elves and Mrs. Claus, as I said, before we depart and leave the North Pole for the entire world, Santa incognito. I won't be dressed in my beautiful fancy suit. In fact, I might even shave off this beard temporarily so people won't recognize me. Do you know that even when I did that last time, with the beard, people would say, "You're Santa." And so Mrs. Claus suggested that I shave my beard off, and then when I return to the North Pole, I start growing it again in time for Christmas 2021. We did a lot this year on these broadcasts. I shared with you some of the things that Santa uses. Santa's big belt of gold. Santa's big boots, bigger than his head. All kinds of things. Santa's magic keys that allow me to get into the homes of children. I shared with you usually what the weather is here. It's usually snowy. One last look at Santa's house, covered in snow. And I don't remember if I shared this with you or not, but I know that when I was doing these meetings with people, children especially around the world, I don't know if did I ever share this with you? Do you see that red globe? And do you see this white pole? It's right in front of Santa's house. That's the real North Pole. Isn't that wonderful? There's a real North Pole. It's frozen. Some of the older elves like to play tricks on the newer elves and have them go up and put their tongue on the North Pole. And that tricks the young elves and their tongue becomes stuck. Oh, that's not very nice. But it's kind of a thing that the the elves play at here up at the North Pole. Books. Some of the books that you can go on to Santa's YouTube channel and look at. I've read this one. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And many of these Santa has read on these episodes that are live. But I'm just reviewing them for you real quickly. The littlest reindeer. Do you remember this? It finally was able to work up the power to jump into the air. Do you remember this one here? The sad, sad tree. Do you see the face? A wish to be a Christmas tree. But that was the story where he realized that all of the creatures of the forest, though he was never picked to go into someone's home, he grew taller and taller, and he became the special Christmas tree for all the creatures of the forest, birds and animals. Santa's Book of Names. This was the boy who knew his letters but couldn't read until Santa dropped his book of names, and the little boy was able to go with Santa and start to learn how to read all of the names and what gift they were going to get. The Year of the Perfect Christmas Tree. The story of a dad coming back from war and presenting the tree to the village. Night Tree. A family gathering around. Their tree and their tradition was to go out into the forest and decorate the same tree that they'd had done for many, many years. I got the Christmas spirit. A girl going with her mommy around the neighborhood, experiencing and providing the Christmas spirit to her friends and neighbors. Oh my. One of the elves brought Santa tamales yesterday, and Mrs. Claus too. We shared them, along with the rice she brought. Do you remember? This is the little girl who just wanted to wear her mommy's ring, and it got mixed up in the dough masa of the tamales. Wonderful story. The Polar Express. Very famous story. A little boy goes to the North Pole and receives the first gift of Christmas. He lost it, but then it was found by Santa in the sleigh because it had fallen out of the little boy's jammies. The Polar Express is about holding on to the spirit of Christmas, continuing to hear the sound of the bell, which creates the magic of continuing to believe in the spirit of Christmas. Some people have written and said, what is the spirit of Christmas, Santa? Some people think the spirit is Santa. I try to help provide the spirit of Christmas. But the truth is, you, no matter your age, you are the spirit of Christmas. You are the ones who bring the joy and the magic and the mystery and the energy and the happiness to your family and your friends and your neighbors and your classmates and everyone that you encounter. The joy in your heart of sharing and giving. This was, I think, the first story we read, A Christmas Wish. That little girl is real. Her parents wrote this book. That is Anja. You may not remember Anja. Our very first story a year or so ago. Anja was a little girl whose only wish was to visit Santa. So she did her chores and she set out to go see Santa. And she was helped by creatures of the forest until she finally got to see Santa and visit with him. And he returned her home after they had a nice visit. And he anointed her as one of his special Santa helpers. Just as Santa has done, he has special helpers around the world. If you're a believer, if you have the spirit of Christmas, you know that you are one of Santa's special helpers. You are the ones who keep the spirit of Christmas alive. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree, this very rich man with that big giant tree, he cut off the very tippy top of that tree and shared it. And everybody who got a piece of it, all the way down to the mice, got to enjoy a happier Christmas because of the generosity of Mr. Willoughby. That's one of the things about Christmas, isn't it? You as special believers and special Santa helpers, you are generous people. And that's what makes the Spirit continue to live. Santa's helpers, children in the neighborhood who helped out. And that's what Santa's helpers do. They help. They give. They very rarely take. They are givers to others. Oh my goodness, cookies for Santa. Do you remember this? Look at that cookie. It's a chocolate cookie. It looks like it has sugar on top. Santa lost the recipe until a little girl found it. The children of the world baked all of these cookies and helped Santa be able to provide gifts to all of those that he loved at the North Pole. I think it was called the Kringle cookie. And I think the last book I read a few days ago, perhaps it was on December 24th, was The Night Before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And so those are some of the stories that you can watch on Santa's YouTube channel, Santa Jeff Claus. And you can enjoy those stories. Perhaps you want to get them yourself and start to read them with Santa as he reads them. Santa Reads on my YouTube channel. So for New Year's 2021, in the next 364 days before Christmas, when we'll all be able to be together again in person, I will ask that you, as we end for this last episode, Santa would ask that you do your very best. It's going to be a fun and a busy and a challenging year, no doubt about it. As we continue to do what we're supposed to do to keep safe, keep others safe. As we come out of this pandemic and get ready to celebrate a wonderful Christmas in 2021. Be the best that you can be. It may not be easy to try, but keep on trying, knowing that the world will be better for what you do and what you can contribute. Be kind. Be helpful to others. Be sure to take care of yourself too. Find ways for you to be happy. Maybe you need to do something that you enjoy doing. Maybe you'd like to dig or do art or take a shower even. Sometimes showers can be relaxing. Use words with others that help them and encourage them, not words that hurt. Maintain that positive believer's attitude as we move through the year toward a wonderful Christmas. I sure have enjoyed our time this last 2 seasons together. Your questions have been wonderful. Continue to write to Santa, asking those questions, telling Santa about your life, telling Santa how you're being helpful. Yes. And until we meet again, know that Santa loves you, and we will be together again after I return from my journey around the world incognito, checking on who's naughty and who's nice. If you're watching this, I know you are on Santa's nice list. I thank you for it. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Blessings to you. And farewell until we meet again. Bye-bye for now.